the gentleman who's brought us all together. Tumpatie tu flowers zake kama bado yuko hai. Let's be on our feet for just 1 minute. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a warm round of applause until he steps on stage to the Managing Director, UIP, Mr. Patrick Malika Mbau. Patrick Malika Mbau, ladies and gentlemen. This is a gentleman that you all love. Tumkaribishe kwa makofi. Na wachika, tunaruhusiwa kumpatia igwe. Let's give him 3 igwes. Asante sana. Let's take up this, ladies and gentlemen. Patrick Malika.
Thank you very much, Captain. Walikuwa wameniandikia speech nikuje kusoma, but after that let's spoke here, nimesema nitaongea ile yangu hiyo waliandika ikae. It gives me lots of joy to be before you this day. Na sana mshukuru Mungu, because it is in his making that we are here, and it is through his wisdom and guidance that this company has seen its life to date from since inception in 2014. If it is not God, we would not be here, and we want to thank him. Tupigie Mungu makofi kidogo kweli. When UIP was incepted, the goal was one. Me, personally, where I grew up when I was young, hakukuwa na shamba. So I remember you cannot even keep huwezi funga mifugo. Ikifuga iende kwa jirani inakuwa inashikwa, inakuwa sasa ime trespass. So and I thought one day, if we can put our minds together as an institution, as a company, and as a people, we can help so many people realize the dream of owning property in this country. And then story after story, it was scam after scam. Oh, huyu alinunua wapi, akaimbiwa, huyu akapoteza wapi, akafanya nini. So I decided that I can bring sanity in this lands industry by providing what is true and legit to Kenyans. And I remember telling my team, when the council is here, bears me witness, I don't want when one day I leave this earth, someone to point a finger at my son, amwambia baba yangu alikuwa mwizi. I will never accept that. And why we organize such great ceremonies and events like this is number one, to celebrate you and celebrate your patience. Because our UIP works is in a unique manner. We call ourselves Unique Investors Property Limited. We are not just the other company. We are building an agenda of transforming lives, not for now, but even for generations to come. Because normally, when you buy land, it's an eternal attachment. And if someone passes you that property, even if they sell to you, you'll never forget who sold you that land. True? So they start a covalent bond that, does not break. And they say that we shall sojourn a journey that we shall ensure we will be true to our words and keep it real in terms of investing. There are places where you are called, and I have seen, and I feel the pain when I see Kenyans lose money investing in the wrong direction or investing without information. Because if you are informed, you will never be conned by anybody. But most of Kenyans, proceed to invest without information. And that's why we build a brand called UIP, which informs you and tries to help you in owning property genuinely and affordably. There's a place, I think I was selling some property somewhere that was 2015 in Kitengela. There's this mentality that people say, if it is affordable, it is not real. Munadanganya. So, the quacks have known that. The conmen have known that. So I remember we were selling a plot for 400, but our neighbor, they have already exited the industry, they are no longer in the industry. They came big time, shouted a lot all the way in radio stations, in TV stations, and a plot where we are selling a plot for 400,000, they were selling for 2.5 million. And the sisi tulikuwa tunaambiwa hawa ni wakora. Hii 400 hii mnapoteza pesa. Those customers who invested as our neighbors with our property, they keep on coming to my office. But I don't know how I can help them, because now I don't want to sell you a property which I'm telling you are speculating for the future to educate your sons and daughters with. Then I sell you the price of that future. I'm not helping you. True or false? So we must be real. Sometimes when we speak of affordability, we don't mean affordability cheap, because 100,000 is not cheap, right? It is affordable. I want to give you a price whereby I know I'm not stealing from you, so that turns back to be a blessing to me. Because when I bless you, you bless me back. True. It's true. You know, they say it's like a mirror. When you look at it smiling, it smiles back. Okay? Ukiangalia kama umekasirika, inakasirika. So if I make you smile, I'm very sure in a way I'll smile. True. So that's why we work the way we work. Nobody has questioned our operation from since 2014, because we give you genuine property. And on top of that, to show how much you trust our land that we sell to you, in 2015, we launched UIP credit, which now helps people who have bought land from us, instead of taking your land that you bought for 100,000 to Equity Bank, send a valuer, which will be almost 20,000, ask for some legal paperwork, which will all be around 50,000, to seek for a loan, and the collateral must be almost 40% of the price. You will not get, value out of it. So we said we are creating a credit facility that helps our investors, our customers. When in need, you can use that title deed as a collateral to us to assist a company, and you can get money and go sort out your need at a very fair and competitive interest rate in the market. We did that very successfully, and I know there are people who are beneficiaries of that. Until Corona happened. You know, when Corona came, the government blocked lending institution from CRBs, and we could not continue, so we stopped. But now things are back to normal. As we forge to see next year, when we shall be turning 10 years old, we are putting line of investors again back to ensure that we have enough resources and relaunch the credit business to continue helping you when in need, that your title deed is not only on the safe, you can bring it back and get money, pay that school fees, do that building, do that farming, and you see, that property you bought helping you as you speculate on it, as you wait for development to get to these places. So, trust in UIP, I say and I can confirm, so long as I'm alive, and this is what I want to pass even to the management and other people in that entity, that we shall never sit in a boardroom, we shall never sit anywhere to discuss anything that, which is a fraud, which frauds anybody. We are true to our word, and sometimes we take long. And that's why I say we put such functions to celebrate your patience. Sometimes we take long. Because hakuna haraka kwa hii maneno ya shamba. This thing of ready title deeds, ni ready imetoka wapi na hujanunua? It is a terminology that is being abused in the market. Tuko na ready title deed, na hujanunua hiyo ready imetoka wapi? So, we move the journey with you, we acquire the property sometimes with you, we subdivide it and ensure that we give you the final product as true as it is. We have all the documents of all the property that we have done. In any future, if you want to register your property, we are here to help you. We have subcontracted 2 survey companies, and they have kept custody of all our documents. And as Otoyo has said, we have a level of also trust, and we give partnerships. Wakili mwenye alifungua company kuanzia 2014 tumefanya kazi na yeye mpaka to date, and she's here. You can be absenting. Nitakuita usalimiane baadaye. And she works, in ways that, we only thank her for. All these things involves a lot of legal works, and she's always there to support this journey. Najua hii Tinga form tulianza kuuza kitabu na mmecomplain sana. Kuna wengine wamenitusi, kuna wengine wamesema sisi ni wezi, hii title tulikula pesa yetu, and you know it's funny how Kenyans sometimes we behave. Unakuja unanunua ukiwa peke yako. Na ukikuja kucomplain nasema mulikula pesa yetu. Unakuwa wengi sasa. UIP will never kula pesa yenu. Actually pesa yenu tutakulanga pamoja sisi pamoja. Si leo mmekula? Na sio ni pesa yako. Si ndio? Si umekula pesa yako. Si we our men by a show of hands when you invest in Malindi, can I see? Those who invest in Malindi. See, we flew you all the way to Malindi. Over 500 customers. We had a contract with the Jumbo Jet. And we flew all of them to Malindi. We kept our word. Last year I saw people trading on papers. Wali promise watu shamba Malindi watawapeleka, hakuna mtu alienda akaona kitu, si ndio? So we mean our word, and what we say is what we keep. Under my leadership, that is what I am telling you we shall be able to keep. Those who are coming to receive their title deeds are here. You'll go home with your title deeds. And I know because of our good relationships, you have referred us and you have come with friends. Or maybe you wanted to see that testimony that the title deed is quite real, so that you can invest further. We have a very amazing project, which we shall launch it today. And for those who have come today, I can guarantee you that I shall discount that property crazily, because I know it's hard times, and I know it's time we start thinking about how do we get out of this menace of renting houses. How do we get out of this menace of eating food where we don't know who has farmed it? Where do we get out of this problem? Because the cost of living is going up, it's no longer coming down. My good friend, I share a story with him, Fred Obad Machoka. Maybe you have heard his story. He tells me how he used to stay in Riverside, in State House Road, until he could no longer afford rent because of appreciation of the property. And they went to the wilderness in Isinya, where nobody was. He became neighbor to hyenas. But today, those who have been in Isinya Friends Ranch in Isinya, it is the most successful story ever told. I believe today, for the normal working Kenyan man or woman to own a property in this city is next to impossible. I tell you why. Because currently Kenya is the only stable country within this region. Those unstableness in southern Sudan, all that demand for the country flocks back here in Kenya. This war which was in Sudan, in Khartoum, all the rich people and the money flocked to Kenya. The Tigray war in Ethiopia, wote pesa ikakuja hapa, still mpaka Congo. We were reviewing these things yesterday and we realized that Nairobi property is expensive more than Monaco here in Nairobi. So what do? Let us go back from where we came from. Let us go to our counties. Let us stretch into the outskirts of this town and start our own way of life, which is better than the one we have been given these cities, right? So, just down here in Kajiado, there is a very good property. It is one of the best. I have sold you a number of properties, but I can tell you this is the best. Na mtaenda mkaona. And before I speak about the property, I want to invite a neighbor. A neighbor in that property. She is not just a neighbor, but is an institution who will take you through on how she got there and what transformation she has done today and what are the plans for the place in a few years to come. So, with all humility, we have Sister Mary here, who is the lead of the St. Franciscan Nuns. Siwezi kuintroduce sana sababu naweza kosea majina zingine hapo katikati. Nataka ukuje uelezee hao kwa sababu watakuwa part of your community. What exactly are the plans and what you have done and what we are looking forward to that place. Karibu. Mfikie makofi kidogo. Thank you very much. Welcome, sister.